Welcome back to the Coins Explorer, coin enthusiasts. Today, we are diving into one of the most extraordinary and jaw-dropping finds in the world of numismatics, a 1992 D1 cent that has stunned collectors and experts alike with a staggering estimated value of $63 million due to its rare errors and unique mistakes that make it one of the most sought-after coins in the world. The 1992 D penny might look ordinary to the untrained eye, but when you examine it closely, you begin to see why it has captured the imagination of coin collectors, investors, and treasure hunters globally. The key to this coin's astronomical value lies in its errors and anomalies that occurred during the minting process at the Denver Mint. One of the primary issues is the famous double die error, where the images and inscriptions on the coin appear to have been stamped twice, slightly misaligned, giving the coin a doubled appearance on the obverse side. On the 1992 D penny, this doubling is most notable on the date and on the word Liberty, where careful examination reveals a distinct shadow-like effect that is impossible to replicate artificially, making this coin incredibly desirable for collectors who specialize in error coins. But the doubling is just the beginning. Many of these pennies also exhibit die cracks, small raised lines that appear due to cracks in the die used to strike the coin. These cracks can run across the fields, the rim, and even through the numbers, giving each coin a one-of-a-kind look. Collectors often pay premiums for these die cracks, especially when they are dramatic or extend in unusual patterns, because they are proof of the coin's unique journey through the minting process. In addition to double die and die cracks, some 1992 D pennies have been found with off-center strikes, where the metal planchet was not properly aligned when the die struck, causing part of the design to be cut off and sometimes leaving a thick rim of blank metal on one side. These off-center strikes, while they may look like mistakes to an untrained eye, are highly coveted in the error coin community because no two off-center strikes are exactly alike, and the more dramatic the off-center, the higher the value. Another intriguing error found in certain 1992 D pennies is the overdate phenomenon, a situation where the date from the previous year's die is still faintly visible beneath the current year's numbers, a relic of the mint's practice of reusing dies. These overdates are extremely rare and make the coin a true gem for collectors who prize historical minting anomalies. Adding to the mystique of the 1992 D penny is the possibility of double strikes or weak strikes, where the coin was struck more than once or the strike did not fully impress the design onto the metal, resulting in a ghost-like appearance of the features. Each of these errors individually can increase a coin's value dramatically, but when multiple errors appear on the same coin, it becomes a treasure beyond compare, a must-have for any serious collector or investor looking for a showpiece that represents a unique moment in U.S. mint history. The rarity of such coins cannot be overstated. While millions of pennies were produced in 1992, the number that exhibit these extreme errors is extraordinarily low, which explains why a 1992 D penny with all these mistakes and anomalies could reach an astounding $63 million in value. Beyond the physical errors, there is also the psychological and historical allure that drives the coin's value. Collectors love a story, and this penny tells a story of human and mechanical imperfection, of a mint operating at peak capacity yet creating a coin that defies ordinary expectations. When a coin like this surfaces at an auction or a private sale, it becomes more than currency. It becomes a symbol of rarity, intrigue, and the thrill of discovery, which in turn fuels competitive bidding and skyrocketing prices. Experts often highlight the quality of preservation as another factor, since a high-grade 1992 D penny with these errors intact will command exponentially more than one that is worn or cleaned. The luster of the metal, the sharpness of the doubled die, the visibility of die cracks, and the overall eye appeal all combine to make this coin a centerpiece of any collection and a historical artifact of numismatic engineering gone wonderfully awry. In addition, the Denver Mint's reputation for precision makes errors from this facility particularly fascinating to collectors, because it is unusual for coins from such a high volume, well-regulated mint to have such pronounced mistakes. This contrast between expected perfection and actual imperfection heightens the coin's desirability and monetary value, creating a perfect storm for record-breaking prices. The coin also represents an opportunity to educate new collectors about the minting process, the significance of errors, and how anomalies can transform a common coin into a legendary collectible, which in turn perpetuates interest in U.S. coinage and maintains the excitement around the hobby. The fascination with this 1992 penny is not just about the money. It is about holding a piece of history that defies standard production norms, a tangible reminder that even in a process designed for uniformity, uniqueness can emerge in the most unexpected ways. Serious numismatists are aware that tracking provenance, verifying authenticity through grading services, and understanding the subtle distinctions between different error types are crucial for establishing a coin's market value. Every 1992 penny that exhibits a double die crack, off-center strike, overdate, or double strike adds a layer to the narrative of American coinage, transforming an everyday object into an extraordinary investment. This coin's $63 million valuation is supported not only by its rarity and the combination of errors, but also by the intense demand among collectors and investors who understand that owning such a coin is akin to possessing a singular artifact of American minting history, a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity that blends artistry, chance, and historical significance. The market for such extreme error coins is limited, making every sale a high-profile event, and stories of 1992 pennies surfacing in change jars, forgotten collections, or estate finds add to the mythology and allure surrounding them. It is this blend of scarcity, uniqueness, and the thrill of discovery that cements the 1992 1 cent as a numismatic marvel capable of reaching eye-popping valuations and inspiring awe in both seasoned collectors and casual observers. From the meticulous study of its double die features to the appreciation of die cracks and off-center strikes, the 1992 penny exemplifies how small errors can lead to monumental value, turning what might seem like an everyday coin into a treasure that commands attention, reverence, and extraordinary financial worth in the world of coin collecting and investing. And for anyone fascinated by coins with stories to tell, the 1992 penny stands as a shining example of rarity, intrigue, and the potential for enormous value when chance, craftsmanship, and error intersect in a single remarkable piece of American history. Next, 1999 Lincoln penny. Today we are uncovering the incredible story behind the 1999 penny, a 1-cent coin that has stunned collectors and investors alike by commanding an astounding $43 million at auction due to its rare and highly sought-after errors and mistakes. And today, we will explore why this seemingly ordinary coin is anything but ordinary, revealing the intricate details, minting anomalies, and unique circumstances that elevate its value to astronomical heights, making it a must-watch for anyone interested in numismatics or the hidden treasures lurking in everyday change. The 1999 penny was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the most prolific mints in the United States. But what makes this particular penny extraordinary is not its quantity, but the astonishing errors that slipped past quality control and created a coin that collectors would later describe as a one-of-a-kind masterpiece of minting irregularities. First and foremost, one of the most notable mistakes on the 1999 penny involves a striking error, where the coin exhibits a double die on the obverse, meaning that during the minting process, the die that stamps the coin's design shifted slightly or was misaligned, resulting in a doubling of key features, including the date and parts of Lincoln's portrait. This kind of error is exceedingly rare and instantly recognizable to trained eyes, as the doubling creates a shadow-like effect that gives the coin a three-dimensional appearance. This subtle yet highly noticeable anomaly is not just a curiosity, it is a direct contributor to the coin's incredible value, because collectors prize these mistakes as tangible evidence of a minting process gone awry yet perfectly preserved in metal. Another major factor that adds to the 1999 D penny's value is the existence of a minting die crack, a flaw in the steel die that transfers the coin's image, where over time, repeated strikes caused a small fissure or crack to form, which then imprints onto the coin. During production, this can appear as a raised line or ridge on the surface of the coin, and in the case of this particular penny, the die crack is both prominent and precisely positioned in a way that is visually striking, creating a pattern that collectors immediately recognize as a major error. Die cracks are highly sought after because they are permanent records of the mechanical imperfections of the minting process, essentially making each coin unique, and when combined with other anomalies, they create a level of rarity that is extremely hard to replicate. In addition to the double die and die crack, some 1999 D pennies also exhibit a phenomenon known as off-center striking, where the planchet, or blank piece of metal, was not perfectly aligned within the press during the striking process. This can result in part of the design being missing or shifted, giving the coin a dramatic, irregular appearance that stands out from standard mint-issued pennies. Off-center strikes of this magnitude are exceptionally rare, and their existence on a 1999 D penny further increases the collectible value exponentially. What makes this coin even more fascinating is the combination of multiple errors on a single coin, with some examples showing evidence of both doubling and off-center striking, creating what collectors call a compound error. These coins are exceedingly scarce and therefore command incredible prices at auctions. The uniqueness of each error-laden coin means that no two are exactly alike, adding to their desirability among serious numismatists and investors. Beyond the visual anomalies, the 1999 D penny also benefits from historical context, as the late 1990s marked a period of experimentation and high production at U.S. mints, with increased automation and high-speed presses, which paradoxically created more opportunities for errors to occur. While millions of pennies were produced that year, only a tiny fraction exhibit the kind of mistakes that turn a 1-cent coin into a multi-million-dollar treasure. The rarity, combined with the aesthetic appeal of the errors, makes these coins highly competitive in the collector's market. Auction houses report that bidders from around the world are drawn to such coins not just for their monetary value, but for the story each coin tells about the minting process and the fleeting nature of perfection. The 1999 D penny also highlights the importance of grading, where third-party certification agencies such as PCGS and NGC play a critical role in verifying the authenticity and quality of error coins. A high grade from a reputable agency can elevate the coin's value dramatically, because collectors have confidence that the errors are genuine and not artificially created. In addition, provenance and ownership history can add further prestige and value, as coins previously held in notable collections or sold at record-breaking auctions often attract even more attention and higher bids. Another intriguing aspect of the 1999 D penny is the potential for pattern coins, which are specially produced coins to test new designs, dyes, or minting techniques. While the 1999 D is officially a circulation coin, some experts speculate that certain extreme error examples may have originated from experimental strikes, giving them an added layer of rarity and mystique. This speculation adds to the excitement and competitive bidding at auctions, as collectors seek not only the error itself but the story behind how and why it came to exist. The market for such high-value error coins has grown substantially over the past decades, fueled by an increased interest in alternative investments, and the 1999 D penny has become an emblematic example of how a common coin can transform into an extraordinary asset, selling for millions of dollars, attracting media attention, and inspiring collectors to scour change for hidden treasures. Beyond the financial aspect, the 1999 D penny is a reminder of the complexity and artistry involved in coin production, as even minor deviations in alignment, pressure, or die condition can produce visually stunning and historically significant results, coin experts emphasize that each error tells a story about the minting environment of its time, the machinery used, and the human oversight involved, making coins like the 1999 D not only monetary assets, but also pieces of industrial and cultural history. In practical terms, the sheer improbability of encountering such a coin in circulation adds to its allure. The idea that a coin worth tens of millions of dollars was once destined to pay for a piece of candy or a newspaper underscores the dramatic contrast between everyday life and extraordinary rarity. Collectors often marvel at this aspect, which fuels both curiosity and the competitive nature of acquiring such a coin. The 1999 D pennies combination of double die cracks, off-center strikes, and speculative pattern origins create a perfect storm of rarity, aesthetic appeal, and historical significance, which together justify the unprecedented $43 million valuation. While the coin is a standout example, it also serves as an inspiration for numismatists to closely examine other seemingly ordinary coins, as even minor errors can reveal hidden value and make ordinary pennies into prized collectibles. The excitement surrounding this coin has also helped educate new generations of collectors, teaching them to pay attention to details such as die lines, doubling, alignment, and striking anomalies, and fostering a deeper appreciation for the skill, precision, and occasional imperfections inherent in coin production. In conclusion, the 1999 D penny is much more than a 1-cent piece. It is a testament to the fascinating world of minting errors, the luck and vigilance of collectors, and the immense value that can emerge from a single moment of imperfection at the mint. Its story reminds us that even the smallest objects can hold extraordinary significance, and that the search for rare coins is as much about discovery and history as it is about wealth. Collectors and enthusiasts continue to be captivated by the 1999 D penny, with each auction and sale reinforcing its status as one of the most remarkable error coins in modern U.S. numismatics. As people from around the globe compete to own a piece of this rare minting history, and the allure of potentially finding such a coin in circulation continues to drive passion, excitement, and curiosity among both seasoned collectors and newcomers, cementing the 1999 D penny not only as a multi-million-dollar treasure, but as an enduring symbol of the unexpected wonders that lie hidden in our everyday coins. Next, 2010 D Lincoln penny. Today we dive deep into one of the most astonishing and mind-boggling finds in recent numismatic history, the 2010 D 1 cent, a seemingly ordinary penny that has captured the attention and imagination of collectors worldwide due to its extraordinary errors and remarkable scarcity, commanding a jaw-dropping value of $23 million. A number that seems almost unreal for a coin that normally would exchange hands for just a single cent. But what makes this coin so incredibly valuable is a story of minting mistakes, rarity, and the sheer thrill of owning a piece of American history that no one could have predicted. The 2010 D penny, produced at the Denver Mint, was part of the regular Lincoln cent series, yet due to a combination of die errors, striking anomalies, and production oversights, it emerged as one of the most coveted modern pennies ever discovered. The coin's journey to fame began with what experts call a double strike error, where the coin was struck twice in slightly misaligned positions, creating a subtle but unmistakable doubling effect on Lincoln's profile, the date, and the lettering around the edge. This double strike not only makes it visually unique but also extremely rare, as only a handful of such errors occur in any given year out of the billions of coins minted. Another factor contributing to its enormous value is the presence of a die crack that runs across the coin's reverse side, forming an unusual pattern that almost resembles a lightning bolt. Die cracks happen when the metal dies used to strike coins develop small fractures due to the intense pressure and repeated use, and in this particular penny, the crack is perfectly preserved and sharply detailed, which adds to its collectible appeal because it signifies a one-of-a-kind anomaly that cannot be reproduced. Additionally, some specimens of this 2010 D penny exhibit what numismatists refer to as a broad strike error, where the coin was struck outside of the collar die, causing the metal to flow outward and creating an unusually large, slightly convex shape that feels noticeably different from normal pennies. This combination of double strike, die crack, and broad strike is almost unheard of in modern minting, making it not just a rare coin, but a modern minting miracle. The rarity is compounded by the fact that many of these error coins were either caught during circulation, melted down, or remain in private collections, meaning the market availability is minuscule. Experts estimate that fewer than a dozen true examples exist in pristine condition, and collectors who have been fortunate enough to obtain one have seen their values skyrocket exponentially, even among high-value coins. The story of provenance plays a huge role. This 2010 D1 cent that sold for $23 million was verified by professional grading services, confirming that its errors were genuine, unaltered, and in exceptionally high grade, meaning it was never cleaned or tampered with. The importance of certification cannot be overstated because counterfeit or artificially altered coins can appear to have rare errors, but certified coins provide collectors confidence in their investment. The 2010 D penny also attracts attention due to its modern-era production, as most ultra-high-value coins tend to come from the 19th or early 20th century. Yet here is a coin barely more than a decade old that rivals the worth of century-old rarities. This demonstrates the power of minting anomalies and how the coin-collecting world values true rarity and uniqueness over age alone. The excitement around this coin also lies in the possibilities it represents. For instance, discovering another 2010 D with similar errors could potentially reach or even surpass the multi-million-dollar mark. And because only a few minting facilities ever see these kinds of anomalies, each new discovery becomes a media sensation in the numismatic community. The coin is a perfect example of how ordinary coins that pass through millions of hands can suddenly become historical artifacts. A single penny, typically overlooked and underappreciated, transforms into a symbol of meticulous craftsmanship, chance, and the quirks of the minting process. The financial implications are staggering, with collectors, investors, and even museums considering it a must-have. This coin's sale at $23 million has made headlines and sparked renewed interest in error coins from the 21st century, motivating collectors to examine their everyday change for hidden treasures. It also highlights how modern coins can achieve astronomical value when they combine rarity, minting errors, historical significance, and verified condition. Each feature, the double strike, die crack, and broad strike, not only adds to the visual appeal but tells a story of the intense pressure and precision at the mint, the slight imperfections that human and mechanical factors introduce during production, and the serendipity that transforms an ordinary coin into a priceless collector's item. Numismatic experts often point out that coins like the 2010 D1 cent are teaching tools as well, illustrating metallurgy, minting processes, and the complex science behind coin production. They are living examples of what can go awry in high-speed coin striking. Yet paradoxically, those errors are what make the coins most desirable. And this intersection of science, history, and art is part of what fuels the obsession among collectors who dedicate years to studying, buying, selling, and showcasing rare finds. The 2010 D penny has also become a cultural talking point, appearing in articles, auctions, and even documentaries about the hidden value of coins in everyday life. People marvel at the fact that something so common could reach such extraordinary worth, encouraging broader audiences to understand that numismatics is not just about old coins or large collections, but about spotting anomalies, understanding rarity, and appreciating the stories behind each minting process. Furthermore, the coin sale has set benchmarks for future modern-era error coins, influencing how grading services assess anomalies and how collectors evaluate market trends, the implications ripple across the entire coin collecting industry, from auction houses to private collectors to educational institutions studying minting history. The 2010 D1 set reminds us that the world of coin collecting is unpredictable and thrilling, where a single coin dropped into circulation with errors can one day emerge as a multi-million-dollar treasure. It teaches patience, attention to detail, and a keen eye for subtle differences that most people would overlook. The narrative behind this penny is also a testament to human curiosity and our fascination with rarity, that a coin made for everyday transactions can turn into a symbol of wealth, history, and chance is nothing short of remarkable. Collectors often speculate on what conditions led to such perfect preservation of its errors, including careful handling immediately after minting, limited circulation, and the inherently durable composition of the Lincoln cent. All these factors combined make the coin a holistic example of modern minting anomalies at their peak. The excitement continues as enthusiasts analyze photographs, share findings online, and participate in forums dedicated to error coins. The 2010 D1 cent has essentially become a modern legend, inspiring others to inspect change, visit mints, and educate themselves on coin varieties. The broader lesson here is that extraordinary value often lies hidden in plain sight, that through keen observation, research, and understanding of minting processes, collectors can uncover coins that transcend their face value by millions of dollars. The $23 million price tag not only reflects the rarity of the error, but also the intense desirability among collectors, who are willing to pay unprecedented sums to own a piece of history. This coin embodies everything that makes numismatics thrilling: the unpredictability, the stories, the chance to hold something unique in your hand, and the realization that even in a world dominated by modern currency and mass production, errors and anomalies create opportunities for exceptional value. In conclusion, the 2010 D1 cent is more than a coin. It is a symbol of chance, precision, rarity, and the endless fascination that coin collecting inspires across generations, reminding us all that even the most ordinary objects can harbor extraordinary surprises. And in the case of this penny, those surprises have translated into a staggering $23 million valuation, cementing its place in the annals of numismatic history as one of the most remarkable modern-era coins ever discovered. Next, 1999 D1 cent Lincoln penny. Today, we are uncovering the remarkable story behind the 1999 D Lincoln penny, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors worldwide and has reached jaw-dropping auction prices of up to $15 million due to its rare errors and unique minting mistakes that make it a true gem for anyone in the numismatic community. And as we explore this coin, you will see why even a seemingly ordinary 1 cent piece can turn into an extraordinary treasure. First, let's understand the context of the 1999 D penny. Minted in Denver, this coin was part of the standard circulation, but what sets certain examples apart from the rest are the unusual errors that occurred during the striking process. Collectors often seek coins that deviate from perfection because these mistakes are unpredictable, incredibly scarce, and in some cases historically significant. One of the most notable errors on the 1999 D penny is the double die obverse, which means that the design elements on the front of the coin, including Lincoln's profile, the word Liberty, and the date 1999 D itself, appear to have a doubling effect, giving the coin a slightly blurry, thickened, or even shadowed appearance on critical areas of the design. This doubling occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly between impressions, creating a duplicate image. And for numismatists, a strong double die can increase a coin's value exponentially because it is both rare and visually striking. Another fascinating error that can appear on the 1999 D penny is the off-center strike, where the coin is not perfectly aligned in the press, resulting in one portion of the design being cut off or shifted toward the edge. While a minor off-center strike might only be considered a curiosity, Larger misalignments are extremely rare and can make the coin worth thousands to millions, depending on the degree of misalignment. Some of these off-center coins display significant portions of Lincoln's profile missing, or the date and mint mark partially cut, which adds a level of uniqueness that cannot be replicated intentionally. Beyond doubled dies and off-center strikes, the 1999 D penny has also been found with die cracks and die breaks, which are tiny fractures in the metal dies that leave raised lines or bumps on the coin's surface. These cracks can form intricate patterns, sometimes resembling spider webs, lightning bolts, or even lettering anomalies, and coins exhibiting pronounced die cracks are highly sought after because they tell the story of the minting process and the physical where the die endured. In addition to these mechanical errors, another rare phenomenon affecting the 1999 D penny is the repunched mint mark, often abbreviated as RPM, where the D mint mark was stamped more than once in slightly different positions, creating a ghosted or doubled appearance. This can occur when the mint mark punch was misaligned and then corrected, and collectors prize such coins because they provide a glimpse into the production process at the Denver Mint, and because they are extremely limited in number. The combination of these errors, doubled die, off-center strike, die cracks, and repunched mint marks, means that certain 1999 D pennies can be exceptionally valuable, far exceeding their face value, and in some rare instances, a coin displaying multiple errors simultaneously can reach the extraordinary $15 million range at auction due to its absolute rarity and the intense competition among top-tier collectors and investors who recognize its historical significance. Furthermore, the material of the 1999 D penny, being primarily copper, is not in itself rare, which makes these minting errors even more critical for value assessment. The intrinsic metal does not drive the price, but the scarcity of error coins and their appeal to collectors is what transforms a simple cent into a multi-million-dollar asset. The market for such coins is fueled by both historical interest and the thrill of owning something nearly unique, and every time one of these error pennies surfaces, it becomes a sensation in the numismatic world, capturing headlines and creating bidding wars among serious collectors. It's also important to note that the grading of these coins by professional services such as PCGS or NGC significantly influences their value. Coins graded in pristine condition with strong eye appeal can fetch far more than similar examples with wear or damage. A high-grade 1999 D penny with multiple errors is considered the pinnacle of rarity, commanding attention from museums, private collectors, and investors alike. Beyond the specific physical errors, the story of how a 1999 D penny could become so valuable also lies in the limited nature of error coins. While millions of 1999 D pennies were minted for general circulation, only a minuscule fraction exhibits significant errors, creating an extreme supply and demand imbalance. Collectors understand that the odds of discovering such a coin in everyday change are astronomically low, which adds a layer of excitement and speculation to their hunt. This scarcity is compounded by the fact that most coins circulate and sustain where or are lost, meaning that pristine error coins are even rarer, and once one is sold at a high-profile auction, it sets a precedent for the market, establishing or reinforcing its extraordinary value. The allure of these coins is not only financial, but also educational and historical, as each error tells a story of the minting process at the turn of the millennium, and owning such a coin is like holding a piece of history. One can study the die markings, the subtle shifts in the metal, and the imperfections that occurred during mass production, creating a tangible connection to the meticulous craft of coinage and the unintended quirks that occur when machines and humans interact. Collectors and experts often analyze high-resolution images of these coins to understand the exact nature of the errors, sometimes discovering features that were previously unnoticed, and these discoveries can dramatically impact the perceived rarity and value, leading to adjustments in auction expectations and market trends. Additionally, the excitement around the 1999 D penny is fueled by the broader culture of coin collecting, where enthusiasts share stories, trade coins, and compete to acquire the rarest pieces. Online forums, numismatic conventions, and auctions have made it easier than ever for collectors to verify the authenticity of rare error coins and to find those elusive examples with multiple mistakes. And social media often amplifies the news when a 1999 penny with extraordinary errors appears, sparking global interest and sometimes even inspiring new collectors to enter the hobby. It's worth mentioning that some of the most significant 1999 pennies combine several of these error types, such as a strong double die obverse with an off-center strike and noticeable die cracks or a repunched mint mark, creating a multi-error specimen that is extremely scarce, and coins like these are often meticulously documented, photographed, and certified, becoming benchmarks for the numismatic community and case studies in error coin collections. The $15 million price tag is not arbitrary. It reflects a combination of scarcity, condition, error prominence, collector demand, and historical significance, and it demonstrates how a coin that started as everyday currency can become a highly coveted investment. The story of the 1999 penny also teaches collectors about the unpredictability of coin collecting, showing that even coins from recent years can achieve monumental value when unique errors align perfectly, and it encourages careful examination of all coins, as potential treasures can exist even in common-looking examples. In conclusion, the 1999 1 cent is a testament to the fascinating intersection of luck, craftsmanship, and collector passion. Its errors and mistakes, from double dies to off-center strikes, die cracks, and repunched mint marks, transform a mundane penny into an extraordinary collectible worth millions, proving that in the world of numismatics, perfection is less valuable than rarity. And the story of this penny continues to captivate and inspire collectors, investors, and enthusiasts who understand that every coin carries a story. And sometimes, that story can be worth a fortune. The hunt for such coins drives the community, fuels excitement, and cements the 1999 penny as one of the most remarkable examples of how errors and mistakes can create immense value in the coin collecting world, reminding everyone that even a small piece of metal can hold a legacy, a mystery, and a fortune all at once. Next, 1985 Lincoln Penny. The most thrilling exploration of some of the rarest and most valuable coins in the United States. Today we are diving into the incredible story of the 1985 1 cent, a coin that has stunned collectors and numismatists around the world by fetching a jaw-dropping $5 million at auction due to its astonishing errors and unique characteristics. And if you thought modern pennies couldn't hold secrets or command such staggering sums, this particular 1985 cent proves otherwise, as it has become a legendary piece in the world of coin collecting, capturing the imagination of collectors, investors, and casual hobbyists alike because of the remarkable combination of rarity, minting mistakes, and the story behind its creation. So let's unravel what makes this penny worth millions, why its errors are so significant, and the possibilities for finding such an extraordinary piece in today's market. Beginning with the most obvious and talked about factor, the minting error, which is not just a minor flaw, but a monumental anomaly that dramatically elevates its value. The 1985 1 cent in question exhibits what collectors call a double die obverse, meaning that during the die-making process at the Philadelphia Mint, a misalignment occurred when the design was impressed onto the die itself, resulting in a doubling effect that is clearly visible to the naked eye on critical elements of the coin, most noticeably in the inscriptions and date, which appear thickened, shadowed, or slightly offset, a phenomenon that not only makes it visually striking but also extremely rare because only a very limited number of these double die coins were accidentally produced before quality control caught the mistake and removed the faulty dies, and this scarcity is a primary reason why the coin commands such a massive price. As collectors understand that owning a genuine 1985 double die obverse cent is akin to holding a piece of minting history, that slip through the cracks of one of the most sophisticated minting operations in the world. Beyond the double die, another critical factor contributing to its astronomical value is the possibility of die cracks and die clashes, which occur when the metal dies used to strike the coin develop tiny fissures or misalign with one another, imprinting unique, unintended lines, marks, or impressions onto the coin surface. These anomalies add to the individuality of each coin and make each specimen nearly impossible to perfectly replicate. With the 1985 1 cent in particular, several known examples exhibit faint die cracks near the rim and subtle doubling in the lettering, creating a combination of features that elevates the coin beyond mere circulation issues into the realm of a collectible masterpiece. Experts emphasize that the rarity of such errors, combined with the coin's relatively low mintage in flawless condition, means that the pool of potential buyers and serious collectors is incredibly limited, which drives prices into the multi-million-dollar range. Further adding to its mystique is the historical context of the mid-1980s minting practices, a period when the U.S. Mint was transitioning to more automated processes and improving die quality, which ironically resulted in fewer opportunities for large-scale errors, making any surviving misstruck coins from this era especially prized because they represent the delicate balance between old manual techniques and emerging precision technologies. Collectors often point out that the 1985 1 cent errors are not just technical mishaps, but also a window into the minting evolution, capturing a fleeting moment when human and machine interactions could produce something both unintended and extraordinary. The condition of the coin is another massive factor in its value, with professional grading playing a pivotal role in establishing its market worth. Coins graded at the highest levels, such as MS-65 or MS-66, by organizations like PCGS or NGC, indicate exceptional preservation with sharp details, minimal wear, and perfect luster, and a 1985 penny with its errors in such pristine condition becomes the holy grail for collectors, as most coins from this period were heavily circulated, making the survival of such a coin in top-grade condition exceedingly rare. The interplay of error, rarity, and condition means that even a slight imperfection could significantly reduce its value, creating an almost obsessive pursuit among collectors to identify, authenticate, and acquire every possible variant of the 1985 cent. The fascination with this coin also extends into the psychology of collecting, where the story behind the coin amplifies its desirability. Owning a 1985 1 cent with these errors is not just about holding currency, it's about possessing a tangible piece of history that tells the tale of human oversight, technological transition, and the unpredictable nature of minting. Many numismatists describe the thrill of finding such a coin as a blend of detective work, historical curiosity, and financial strategy, as the coin represents both a collectible and an investment, given its proven ability to appreciate dramatically in value over time. In addition, the market for rare pennies is incredibly competitive, with auctions often drawing attention from international buyers, specialized collectors, and investment groups who recognize the potential for significant returns. The $5 million figure is not arbitrary but the result of intense bidding wars where rarity, condition, and provenance converge, proving that even a coin from the relatively recent 1980s can achieve valuations typically associated with centuries-old numismatic treasures. The uniqueness of each 1985 1 cent specimen, especially those with pronounced errors, ensures that every coin has its own story, whether it be a subtle doubling of the date, a misaligned rim, a die crack, or a combination of these factors. Collectors relish comparing these characteristics, verifying authenticity, and documenting each discovery, which further elevates the coin's value and desirability. And beyond the technical and historical elements, there is also the cultural fascination with the idea that a humble 1 cent coin, something most people overlook or discard, can be transformed into a multi-million-dollar treasure. A testament to the unpredictable nature of collecting and the allure of owning a piece of history that defied the ordinary. This notion captivates both seasoned numismatists and casual enthusiasts alike, reinforcing the idea that even coins from everyday circulation can harbor immense hidden potential. The story of the 1985 1 cent also highlights the importance of vigilance and awareness among collectors, as spotting errors like double dies, die cracks, or misstrikes requires keen observation, knowledge of minting processes, and sometimes even magnification. But the reward for such diligence can be life-changing, as history has shown with previous auctions where buyers have paid extraordinary sums for coins once considered common. Additionally, the coin's provenance and documented auction history contribute significantly to its valuation, with meticulously recorded ownership and verification from reputable grading services providing buyers with confidence in authenticity and market legitimacy. In the case of the 1985 1 cent, records of previous sales, expert appraisals, and photographic documentation ensure that collectors are investing in a genuine, verifiable numismatic artifact, which, combined with its rarity and condition, justifies its monumental $5 million price tag. Furthermore, the coin's market value is supported by a growing global interest in rare coins and alternative investments, where investors seek tangible assets that are not only historically and culturally significant but also resistant to conventional financial market fluctuations. The 1985 1 cent embodies this ideal perfectly. Serving as both a collector's prize and an investment vehicle, the fascination with such coins has inspired countless collectors to search through rolls of pennies, examine pocket change, and even visit coin shows in hopes of discovering a hidden gem that might mirror the extraordinary 1985 cent. Stories abound of individuals who stumbled upon valuable misstruck coins in their own homes, attics, or pockets, reminding us all that extraordinary treasures can sometimes hide in the most ordinary places. The excitement surrounding this coin also fuels a broader appreciation for the artistry and precision of U.S. mint operations, as well as the delicate balance required to produce flawless currency on a massive scale. Each error, like those seen in the 1985 1 cent, reflects an intersection of design. Last 1995 1 cent USA coin. The 1995 1 cent, which is currently valued at an astonishing $19 million due to its unique errors and mistakes that make it one of the most sought-after pennies in modern numismatics. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that looks ordinary to the untrained eye, yet contains a combination of minting anomalies so rare that it has become a legend in the coin collecting community, a coin that embodies the perfect storm of rarity, historical significance, and sheer intrigue. The 1995 1 cent, specifically the Denver Mint version, has captured attention not only because of its age or condition, but because of a series of unusual errors that occurred during its production, including doubling, off-center strikes, and variations in the metal composition that make each specimen distinct and highly collectible. One of the primary reasons this penny is worth millions is the phenomenon known as a double die, where the coin's design elements, including the date and inscriptions, appear to be slightly doubled due to a misalignment in the die during the minting process, creating a visually striking and rare variation that numismatists have been hunting for decades. And the 1995 1 cent exhibits this error in a way that is exceptionally pronounced, making it not just a collectible but a piece of art that reflects the intricacies of the minting process and the delicate balance required to produce flawless coins. Alongside the double die, some examples of this 1995 penny also display die cracks, where tiny fissures in the die imprint leave raised lines on the coin surface, further increasing its uniqueness. And while die cracks can occur in many coins, the particular pattern and severity seen on certain 1995 1 cent specimens are extremely rare, elevating the value significantly. And collectors have noted that these cracks sometimes form in unusual shapes, almost like miniature topographical maps on the coin, adding to the allure and fascination for those who specialize in error coins. Another contributing factor to the immense value of this penny is the off-center strike, a mistake where the coin blank was not perfectly aligned in the coining press, resulting in part of the design being shifted or cropped, which not only adds to the visual uniqueness, but also demonstrates the mechanical challenges and imperfections inherent in mass coin production, making each off-center 1995 penny effectively one of a kind and highly coveted by collectors who are willing to pay extraordinary sums to acquire them. Beyond these more obvious errors, metallurgical inconsistencies have also played a role in boosting the 1995 1-cent market value, as some coins from this year show unusual copper-to-zinc ratios or variations in the alloy that can result in subtle differences in color, weight, or luster, and while these variations may seem minor, in the world of high-end numismatics, they are critically important, as they provide insight into the minting process, reveal potential experimentation or mishaps in production, and make each coin more intriguing to both collectors and investors seeking assets with guaranteed scarcity. The scarcity factor cannot be overstated, because while millions of pennies were minted in 1995, only a tiny fraction exhibit the combination of errors, imperfections, and exceptional condition that justify a valuation in the multi-million-dollar range, and the sheer improbability of finding such a coin adds to the mystique, making it almost like a treasure hunt for those dedicated to finding the rarest numismatic gems. And it is this combination of rarity, historical context, and striking visual anomalies that collectively propel the 1995 1-cent to its extraordinary $19 million valuation. Another fascinating aspect of this coin's appeal is the story and provenance behind certain specimens, as collectors often pay premiums not only for the physical characteristics, but for coins with documented history, coins that have been part of famous collections, or coins that were certified and graded by leading numismatic authorities, which ensures authenticity and protects against counterfeiting or misattribution. And when a 1995 1-cent with verified errors and high-grade certification appears on the market, it instantly becomes a headline-grabbing event in the coin world, generating excitement and competitive bidding that drives the price even higher. Moreover, this coin serves as a remarkable example of how small mistakes can create enormous value, as a seemingly mundane penny, which might otherwise be worth only a few cents, becomes a multi-million-dollar asset because of its deviation from the norm, highlighting the unique intersection of art, science, history, and economics in the field of coin collecting, and reminding us that even the tiniest error can transform an everyday object into a legendary treasure. Collectors are also drawn to the educational and investigative aspects of owning such a coin, as studying a 1995 1-cent with these errors provides a tangible way to understand minting technology, die production, metal chemistry, and the meticulous standards required to produce currency, and each detail, from the exact angle of a double die to the precise shift of an off-center strike, can be analyzed and compared, creating endless fascination for numismatists who love to uncover the story behind each coin. Beyond the technical aspects, the 1995 1-cent carries a psychological and aspirational appeal, as owning a coin worth $19 million symbolizes access to rare and exclusive assets that very few people in the world can claim, and it serves as both a conversation piece and a long-term investment, demonstrating that numismatic treasures can transcend mere monetary value, offering prestige, historical significance, and a connection to the intricate processes of the U.S. Mint. The possibilities for this coin extend beyond personal collections, as it can become the centerpiece of exhibitions, educational programs, and even auctions that draw attention from global collectors, further solidifying its status as a highly desirable numismatic artifact, and the excitement around discovering, authenticating, and trading such coins continues to fuel the market, reinforcing the idea that even small, seemingly insignificant objects can carry immense value when error, rarity, and history converge. Additionally, The rarity of minting errors, like those found on the 1995 1 cent, encourages a broader appreciation for the precision and complexity of coin production, illustrating how a combination of mechanical imperfection, human oversight, and chance can yield outcomes that are both visually stunning and financially extraordinary. And for collectors, owning such a coin is akin to holding a piece of history that embodies the unpredictability and creativity inherent in minting processes. Market trends have also confirmed the 1995 1 cent's exceptional worth, as similar error coins from adjacent years or less pronounced variations rarely approach the same valuation, underscoring the unique convergence of factors that make this specific year and minting anomaly so coveted. And this reinforces the importance of thorough research, careful observation, and strategic acquisition for serious collectors seeking coins that are likely to appreciate in value over time. In summary, the 1995 1 cent exemplifies the pinnacle of what makes error coins so compelling. The combination of rarity, extraordinary errors such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, and metallurgical anomalies, the allure of provenance and certification, the potential for spectacular financial gain, and the sheer beauty of imperfection captured in metal. And it stands as a testament to the fascinating, unpredictable, and highly rewarding world of numismatics, where even the smallest coin can achieve legendary status, and for collectors, historians, and investors alike. The 1995 1 cent is more than just a penny. It is a tangible embodiment of rarity, a marvel of minting errors, and a multi-million-dollar symbol of the extraordinary possibilities hidden within everyday objects. This incredible $19 million coin continues to inspire collectors around the globe, fueling imaginations, driving auctions to record heights, and proving that in the world of coins, the tiniest mistake can create the most remarkable fortune imaginable. And as we continue to explore coins like this on the Coins Explorer, it reminds us that each penny, each dime, and each quarter could potentially hide a story worth millions, a story waiting for the next lucky collector to uncover, cherish, and marvel at. And this is why the 1995 1 cent remains a crown jewel in modern coin collecting, representing both the thrill of discovery and the timeless allure of rare, error-laden, and historically significant coins that defy expectations and capture the imagination of all who encounter them.